We begin at 5 with continued heavy rain and flooding around the Northwest. This is video from Tillamook County. It shows water washing away part of a local road. Communities on the coast have been among the hardest hit in the past few days. And then there's Wahkiakum County on the Washington side of the Columbia, where 5 people needed to be saved from floodwaters. That includes a helicopter rescue when a woman got trapped on the roof of her car. Thank you for joining us. I'm China Green. Now, the good news is the rain is backing off tonight and river levels are already dropping. Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino will have an update on that in a moment, but let's start our team coverage with Alma McCarty. She just spoke with the Coast Guard crew that was part of the rescue in Washington. Alma.
Yeah, well, China, we did spend most of the day here in Wahkiakum County. We are now in Warrenton outside of the U.S. Coast Guard here, but we spent much of the day in Wahkiakum County specifically because of all of that flooding and, of course, as you alluded to, that dramatic rescue video. We spoke with a rescue swimmer who is featured in that video being hoisted down and saving the woman from on top of her vehicle. He says that when it comes to these rescue missions, the ones in the open water are kind of the ones that they're used to, and there are more risks associated with heading inland to save folks in situations like these. But check out this video again. It is shocking, and it is also pretty amazing, pretty dramatic. On Tuesday around 10:30 in the morning, the Coast Guard first got word that 4 people were trapped in a home with 4 feet of water surrounding it. KGW received this witness video again of another situation that is nearby, a woman trapped on the roof of her vehicle. The air crew inside of an MH-60 Jayhawk helicopter diverting here to save her. The rescuer is lowered down, as you see, eventually getting onto the roof himself. Then the 2 are hoisted by a rope back up into the air. Really an amazing rescue caught on camera.
So we did our rescue checklist. We moved in. When we came over, we looked down. We could tell that the rotor wash was affecting her. So we actually came up a little bit just to lighten the effects of the helicopter on her. Because it's like a hurricane under there. We're talking like 100-mile-an-hour winds blowing you. You could easily get knocked off your feet.
Now, they got her out of there, and then they headed back to that first home where they also rescued those 4 additional people. Now, today, conditions are just a lot less treacherous. Floodwaters in this particular pasture have receded quite a few feet, but the river is still moving here quickly. Other parts of the county remain underwater after hours of downpours Tuesday into Wednesday. And even when the rain subsided, fields and roads were still submerged. And there, of course, were some signs on the roads alerting drivers of the conditions because of all of the rain and the flooding. Now, the Coast Guard, it notes that folks who live in floodplains, who live near rivers and creeks, they just got to be aware that rivers might crest at different times. So you want to check the NOAA website for that information specific to your area. And as for those people who were rescued, they were taken to the hospital for a follow-up. And of course, Williams, who you heard from just moments ago, he said they were, of course, very shaken up. He was happy to get to them in time and for the Coast Guard to save them. We'll have more from him coming up in about an hour at 6 o'clock. China.
Alma, thank you. And then Tillamook County got hit very hard with rain. It was so bad that some roads like this one are washed out. Highway 101 is still closed in some spots. Ashley Grams is live in Tillamook tonight to show us the mess. Ashley.
Well, this road is closed for a reason, China. It's because all of these low-lying areas completely flooded here the past few days, though we have a few confident drivers trying their hand at making their way through. This is Highway 101 in Tillamook, again closed because of flooding in several low-lying areas. ODOT workers tell me this is one of the deeper spots that you're looking at, though residents I talked with today say they're not shocked that Tillamook often floods this time of year, but this time there's some pretty significant damage. Take a look at this video of Miami Foley Road. Rushing water took out part of the asphalt near milepost 8. Public Works crews say this area won't be open to drivers for at least 2 more weeks.
Yeah, we have 6 rivers around us, so it floods every year, but this is pretty bad.
It's coming up to my house. It's coming up to a lot of people's houses.
As the rain slows down tonight, residents tell me they hope that all of this water recedes and they can get back to life as usual. But for now, live in Tillamook County, I'm Ashley Grahams, KGW News.
Ashley, thank you. And Matt's here now. Matt, it has been a dramatic couple of days, but it sounds like the weather is rapidly improving tonight.
To say the least, yes, and it is improving rapidly. In fact, if you look from our Skycam at the Dalles, some clearing happening out there in the lee of the Cascades. Good to see at least a little bit of clear sky. 50 degrees in the Dalles, not raining there. And in Portland, the rain is about to end. It's ended to our south and west. There's still a batch right over town right now, but this will quickly move on out. Give it another half an hour, and we should see the rain end in Portland and Vancouver. Now, it's not going to be completely dry. There are showers filling in behind this end. In fact, there are even lightning strikes off the coast here. But the rain that arrives tomorrow won't be anything close to what we've experienced over the last several days. The rainfall since midnight last night in Portland, 1.65 inches. Yes, that is a record for the date. It has pushed our monthly rainfall total up to 5.5 inches, which is just below the average for the entire month of December. It's really been amazing. You see the amounts also heavy throughout the valley, but nothing right up at Astoria there. So really incredible that the northwest part of the state has dried off quite a bit, even since last night. Okay, we've got one flood warning left for the Luckamute River down near Salem, but otherwise the flood warnings are dying down. We've got a high surf advisory on the southern Oregon coast. Light rain tonight. The rivers keep dropping. More rain tomorrow, but not enough rain to exacerbate the flooding, so we're good with the rivers. And snow is returning to the Cascades as we speak. So China, things getting back to more typical December weather. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Matt, and stay with us for continuing coverage of the rain and flooding. We'll have the latest on air, online, and on KGW Plus. Matt will be back with us for another update in about 10 minutes. Developing news tonight, at least 3 people have been killed and another in critical condition after a shooting on the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus, UNLV. Police also say the suspected shooter is dead and there is no further threat. Authorities haven't released the identity of the shooter or a suspected motive at this point, though sources told NBC News the suspect was a man in his 60s. More information is expected within the hour. We'll update you as we learn more about what happened. In Portland's gun violence, a man is dead in Northeast Portland after an encounter with police officers. It happened on Northeast Marks Drive, an industrial road near the airport. Thomas Schultz is live in Portland Police North Precinct. Thomas, what's the latest?
Well, China, police received a theft call around 10 o'clock this morning saying that a man was trying to take power from a local business. 2 officers responded and they confronted the man on Northeast Marks Drive near some parked RVs. That's when things escalated, and 1 officer, police say, shot and killed the man. Now, we just received some more information about this, and they say that they retrieved a handgun near the man who was shot and killed. Now, both officers have been placed on administrative leave, which is standard protocol while an investigation occurs. It's unclear how many shots were fired or how many times the man was shot. We also don't know who the man was, his age, or the names of the officers involved yet. Police were not wearing body cams. Those will be rolled out next summer department-wide. Now, police also say it's unclear if the man lived in an RV along the street, although the shooting, as we said, did occur in front of the half-dozen vehicles parked there. Portland Police Chief Bob Days says this is a tragedy, and the police department is working hard to prevent things like this from happening again.
I recognize the concern the community shares around incidents like this, and just wanted to really affirm the fact that we will do our best to communicate as clearly and openly as possible.
Now, we're hours into this investigation, and crime scene tape just recently came down, reopening Marks Drive in Northeast Portland, though, of course, police are continuing to investigate, and we'll update you on all the new information that we continue to receive on KGW.com. China?
And a man was also shot and killed in Southeast Portland this afternoon. This is by Southeast Main Street and Southeast Water Avenue. It's near the Hawthorne Bridge. Officers searched the area but did not find a suspect. This happened by the East Bank Esplanade, a popular path along the Willamette River. It was closed during the investigation but is back open tonight. The pilot accused of trying to bring down an Alaska Airlines flight in October will be released from federal custody. Tomorrow, he'll ask a judge in state court to do the same thing, release him from jail while awaiting trial. Kyle Oboshi was in the courtroom this afternoon and joins us now. Kyle.
China, as a condition of his release, a federal judge ordered Joseph Emerson not to board any aircraft or possess psychedelic mushrooms. He's also required to have a mental health evaluation. Following his appearance in federal court, the family of Joseph Emerson predicted he'll be able to return home by the end of the week. A federal judge granted pretrial release. His wife, Sarah Stretch.
He's happy to be able to come home.
Emerson's been in custody since late October after the off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot allegedly tried to shut down a plane's engines. The flight from Everett to San Francisco made an emergency landing in Portland. 83 other passengers and crew were on board.
It's a hard situation for a lot of people, not just Joe, for the people that were on the airplane, for the pilots, for the flight attendants.
On Thursday, Emerson will be arraigned in state court, where he was initially charged with attempted murder. A grand jury this week indicted him on less serious charges, a single felony count of endangering an aircraft and 83 misdemeanor counts of reckless endangerment. His defense argues Emerson didn't intend to hurt anyone. The 44-year-old had been struggling with depression and had taken psychedelic mushrooms 2 days before the incident. His lawyers claim the off-duty pilot thought he was in a dream.
He had this abnormal experience, and now he's perfectly normal, rational. He's happy. He's, optimistic. It's all very good.
If Emerson is released from jail, his lawyers explain his wife plans to drive him to their home in Northern California. As a condition of his release, a judge ordered Emerson not to board any operable airplane. According to the indictment, the grand jury heard from 13 different witnesses in the case, including testimony from Emerson himself and his wife.
Kyle, thank you.